Da-na-na-na-na. Oh, that's weird. Why is it flickering? Is that flickering for me or for everybody?
I don't know.
That's not good.
Well,
We'll find out.
well, I think my internet is very bad right now.
We'll put that over here. Welcome back, everybody, to the Rookzer0 Drawcast. It is Wednesday, October 28th. We are doing the viewer's suggestion, viewer submission, what have you. I have to draw. I'm going to start with the rugby, and then I already have someone suggested because they're not going to make it to the stream, which normally I won't do, but this is someone who is pretty consistent on the channel. So I'm sad they're going to miss today, but we're going to draw a Leshy gourd pumpkin monster, which I think is great in time with the season. So we're going to do that. We're going to do a pumpkin Leshy. I'm going to draw some rugby to warm up. And then we're going to take submissions. So yeah, if you have a quick one-sentence, one-character submission you'd like us to draw, please have it be D&D related. We'll go ahead and we'll give that a try. We'll see how it goes. So, Fun Goon, welcome. We got some people in the Discord chat. We are on the Aggie.io software. Let's go ahead and pop over to that. Pop, 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 pop. We did it. All right, great job. Why am I so amped up today? I don't know. I got lots of work to do today. I'm sitting on my glasses cleaner. Can I suggest a cowboy half-elf ranger with an elephant mount? Well, that broke half the rules I just said, but but we can definitely get you a half-elf cowboy. I think that'll be a lot of fun. A man turning into a jackal were? A were-jackal?
Yes.
Like mid-transformation. Huh? Could do something like that. Okay, so we got cowboy. Half-elf cowboy. It's no problem, Fun Goon. I've had people give me like really super descriptive stuff in the past, and it's like I have 2 hours to draw as many of these as I can. I have to be able to draw something quick, so no problem at all.
Well,
man turning into a jackal.
I think I'm not too descriptive, so you can be rather free.
So let's go ahead and get the practice rugby. Yesterday we played around in Blender on Twitch. That was pretty interesting. Got a little rugby animation there.
When you said rugby, I always hear rugby. Well, a French word that basically means football.
Yep. No, I mean that's.
The head is basically a football.
His head's basically Inferno said it. The head is basically a rugby ball.
I imagine the rugby being the ball.
Yeah, the Blender animation yesterday was pretty fun. That might be something we do more of. I'm gonna install Animate on here and see if
Planar travel and portal. What?
Goddess of the Harvest. Ooh, Helbin, that's a good one. I like that. Harvest Goddess. Wolffolk Horizon Walker Ranger. What? I actually don't know what that is, Block Pride.
Texas Ranger.
Planar Travel and Portals. Planar Travel and Portals.
Oh.
I assume that's supposed to be Wolffolk. Wolffolk Horizon Walker Ranger. Okay. No, I think I got that. We can do that.
Well, basically it's a lycanthrope.
Wolf Ranger. It's in Xan. Okay, I might have to look that up just to check it out. I don't have money for the commissions, and your art is really good, so I just want to do what you can. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for checking out the videos. That's great. That helps us out a bunch. Feel free to check out the Why You Should Play series.
Block Prime didn't scare you.
Yeah. I gotcha from Xanthar's Guide. I will probably look that up because that sounds pretty cool.
Well, I'm gonna look that up because I'm really interested in seeing what that is.
You can totally do that. This is gonna be.
I think they just mean that the subclass for Horizon Walker is in Xanathars. I don't think they mean that the. Wolffolk.
Gonna have to go for 2.2 miles now.
Oh no. Oh, okay, good. I thought you said 2.2 miles, and I was like, oh, damn. Thank you, Brian. So we are keeping track. I'm going to put this over here, actually, so you can see that a little better. I'm gonna have to keep up with my my workout. And so what we're gonna do is this week we're gonna, for every I think what $10 I get, I'm gonna add another tenth of a mile. So I might actually do some of that today. I might go out for a jog and see if I can get some of that down. Usually what I do for workout is whenever someone tips me or I screw something up, I do some push-ups, but I gotta get more cardio in. So
says the doc.
it's been based around portals and other planes of creatures. That sounds really cool, Brock. I like that.
Does it
Right,
look like
ancient world.
a normal ranger?
Yeah,
Ranger
it's just a ranger.
thinking with portals.
Portal ranger, kind of like that. I feel like it's Halloween. Rugby should have something weird on his head that's not a pumpkin.
A pumpkin.
A piece of candy.
On second
A
thought,
witch hat.
make them a furball. I want a Horizon Walker Ranger furball NPC.
A furball.
You could have Rugby have a little slime hat.
Slime hat, like a gelatinous cube.
Yeah, just a small one.
Make a spy rugby.
He's like, it's so cute. It's like, that's gonna kill you.
That's got a knife ready for your throat.
That would be on point for Rugby.
It would actually. I think that is a very Rugby thing to do.
I mean, was it supposed to be a goblin wearing a bugbear?
That's correct. Yep.
Let's see.
Do this.
Rugby is so pleased with himself.
Look what I found.
And the kobold shopkeeper's like, no, Rugby, we can't. That has to stay outside, okay?
It's just, that's great. Goblin with a gelatinous cube pet, just throws stuff in it. It's garbage disposal. There's not enough.
We might need to call the adventurers back to take care of it.
I'm telling you, like, that's the best. That should be the next bottomless bag video. It's just a gelatinous cube in a bag.
I
can throw
just
anything away.
imagine.
Where I live,
I
it's
just
snowing.
imagine
Cuphead for 2
Rugby
days straight.
just directing
That's a great game.
adventurers to a dragon so he can kill them and can salvage what's left of them.
That sounds about right. I don't
Well,
think there's enough. I don't think there's enough untrustworthy shopkeepers in the D&D universe. I think people need to run into them a little more. Constantly sending you on adventures meant to kill the party. Like, oh, you came back. Great.
So what you want is patches from like Dark Souls series, but he sells you shit.
Yep. Patches from Dark Souls. All right, that was a good little sketch. I think that's a terrible Rugby chin. Cool tooth.
Oh shit,
thank you,
Goldtooth.
Did you make a giant dragon pumpkin head that is reanimated by an awakened spell to guard a hoard of treasure?
The pumpkin
The pumpkin
is reanimated?
The Pumpkin King.
Yeah, we can definitely draw the great pumpkin.
It's the Great Pumpkin, Rugby.
Okay. Let's get that one going first, because that sounds dope, and I will add that to my miles counter.
That was actually something me and my group did because our DM wanted to have us do a pumpkin carving contest. That's what Goldtooth made.
Nice. A pumpkin? You just reanimated a pumpkin? That sounds very Goldtooth.
Well, what I did is I just took a pumpkin seed, went out into a field, and just used plant growth on it, making it 10 feet tall. Then I used the awaken spell on it after I carved it out to look like a dragon skull.
Oh, okay. That makes way more sense. So we have a pumpkin that looks like a dragon skull. Okay,
Did it
I
go
thought
on
you
a
like.
rampage?
I'm totally gonna use like all of the vines and stuff to make like dragon everything else. That's more what I was thinking of, like the vines got turned into a dragon, which I guess that's kind of the case, but I like the pumpkins, the dragon skull idea.
The dragon of thorns.
Yeah, thorn dragon. That sounds dope.
I mean, it was definitely a fun little concept, and our DM now has it as one of my many awakened creatures that I could just call on once a day.
Is that how that awaken spell works? Like, do you command control over them, or do they have their own autonomy?
For 30 days, I have command over any plant or beast-like creatures that have a intelligence under 4. It gives them an intelligence of 10 and gives them the ability to speak any language that I know. Only one language, though, so if I know Draconic, they can speak Draconic.
So do they? Sorry, just to ask, clarify that the awakened creatures lose their awakenedness after 30 days? Is that how the spell normally works?
No, after 30 days, the creature is still intelligent and still able to think for their own, but after 30 days, they are no longer bound to your will.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
That's when they can choose if they want to still be your friend or if they want to kill you based on how you treated them for that 30 days.
Gotcha. That
Does
makes a
that
lot of
mean-
sense.
Does that mean they can go on a rampage after that?
I don't see
Oh
why
yeah,
not.
definitely. After the 30 days, if they want to go on a rampage because you treated them poorly for the 30 days, they can definitely do that. And trust me, a awakened tree can do a lot of damage inside a city.
Okay. I hope this looks like a pumpkin. I hope it's great. Idea for the bottomless bag: a small bag that pauses and stops magic effects on those inside of it, like stopping a safety moving cursed room. That's interesting.
I kinda want to awaken some stuff now and just make them into weapon.
I mean, that's a lot of people do that. That's the weird thing about the awakening spell, though. Like, I feel like a lot of druids, the awaken spell feels kind of mean, I guess, in my mind.
Oh no, are we having this conversation again?
I don't know if it needs to be
It
a
is a
conversation,
very-
but like,
It is a very mean spell.
it's a
I
very
will
mean
definitely
spell.
say this. It is a very mean spell because pretty much you are forcing something that doesn't have intelligence to now have intelligence and has to now find its own meaning in life.
so I usually, well, the way I rule the awaken spell, if people want to use it, is basically how you described it. Like, if you're doing it and then forcing a creature to do something, like, that's an evil act. Because I don't think a druid would do that intentionally unless they think it would help the creature. So, like, basically,
I mean,
like,
I
if
could
a
probably
druid uses the awaken spell and then asks for help, I think that's totally fine. But at the same time, like, if a creature is like, hey, can you go over
I
there
mean,
and
the
just...
only other way I can also see this awakened spell at being used.
So are we talking about Brian the Crabgrass now?
Brian the Crabgrass?
Henry Crabgrass.
Henry.
What is that? Tell me more about Henry Crabgrass.
No, you can't tell him because
Nope,
it's Critical
I'm
Role.
not gonna tell you
Oh,
because you're gonna
no.
watch
Okay,
it.
spoilers. All right. No more spoilers.
Now, I will say technically
Well, that
I only
wasn't
have
really
two
a spoiler.
creatures under my control through the Awaken. That's the Scorpion that I have talked about before, and now this giant 10-foot tall pumpkin skull creature.
I really like this. I like drawing vines.
Mixed between a plant, a dragon, and a raptor.
Here's the weird thing. I was supposed to draw a pumpkin-headed vine leashy for my first thing, but now I'm doing this, like, dragon pumpkin. Like, are those the same thing? Like, is that okay? Or should I draw... Maybe I should draw the vine leashy riding the dragon, and that'll
If
just
the
take care of
dragon is a cleric, there you
Mix the two.
two. Yeah. This is gonna be the first mixed suggestion, the first mixed viewer suggestion, where we're mixing two ideas and we'll draw them at the same time. Man, I could draw vines like all day. I could just do that.
I kind of want to type in the chat, in the YouTube chat. Okay, chat, your mixed suggestion.
Yeah, we're not.
Now I
not
don't know
opening
what
it
I'm
up.
going to be. Now I don't know what I'm going to do with this creature after it's 30 days. Like I don't know if I'm just gonna release it into the wild and just see what happens, or if I want to just keep it somewhere where it won't cause no damage. Because pretty much it's an abomination. It shouldn't exist.
I mean, I think your character's already kind of abominated it up because you carved it and then made it awaken. Like you basically just
You mutilated its
yeah,
face.
you flayed and mutilated a pumpkin and then gave it intelligence. Like that's not cool. This thing
Does
should
that
be...
mean it's in in its eternal state of pain.
Yeah, I don't know if I would
I-
allow that to
I really
exist.
don't know how that works because the awaken spell, like it pretty much just says you bring a plant to life and it looks humanoid.
Yeah.
And
Once
it does
again-
what you say for 30 days.
Once again, your DM is amazing because your DM lets you get away with so much weird stuff, and I love it.
I think the DM kind of want to use some of that weird stuff to his advantage.
But yeah, I would
Oh,
definitely
he
like. I
He
think-
already hinted that this dragon head definitely has a mind of its own. It would love to guard
Why
whatever
can't you guys let
treasure
Rook
it
talk?
has.
Yeah, it's rough. I think what I would argue that the pumpkin isn't actually the creature. Like I would say the vines are the creature, and so like I would imagine that this would eventually just kind of like rot away and fall off, and then you just have this like vine dragon. That would be pretty cool. But for right now, it probably looks pretty dope, and just slowly decays.
Actually, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
The pumpkin is just like only the shell, a skin for
I mean, it's
the
a fruit.
actual creature
Yeah.
itself.
'Cause the
I'm
pumpkin-
sorry, I'm molting again.
Blah. He's got like back. It becomes a hydra. It becomes a pumpkin hydra.
Sorry, I have to go for a bit. I'm gonna come back.
Yep.
Also, just question: can I change what I suggest?
Sure. What do you got?
I'm just gonna come back and say it because something important.
All right, no problem. The dragon looks almost like a drake. Yeah, I'm not doing the traditional dragon because that's how I do.
It's more of the Chinese style dragon.
Yeah, I think that's more befitting a vine dragon, which I think is what this is.
Yeah, because this thing can definitely not fly.
So I'm gonna do that. I think that looks pretty good. And now I'm gonna do the pumpkin leashy because Corvus gave me
Now,
some
another
pretty
question
good
I
pumpkin
always-
ideas.
Now, another question I always wondered about awakened plants. Like, I never thought about this about awakened creatures. Before awakened plants, wouldn't anything that they grow, like, let's say you awakened an apple tree, wouldn't the apples that grow from the apple tree also be awakened?
Okay, no.
So they'll be
No.
tiny little apple things that run around and try to stab you?
No, not
Yeah, so that's what I was saying with the pumpkin, basically, because the tree itself is the organism, right? The plant itself is the organism, and then the apples are basically its mode of procreation. But and one of the things I would argue about that is like with the mushroom people, I want to say thalids because that's the Magic the Gathering thing, but that's not myconids. Mushrooms are weird because like the spores are individual cells
of a larger
of a
organism.
giant organism. But all of the things that we see are basically just the testicles of, like that's what mushroom caps are. It's just they come out of the ground and then they release the spores. And for some reason, that's the creature that we see because we know what mushrooms look like, and so the myconids should really look like giant mycelial networks, almost like underground jellyfish, kind of like just giant neural networks underground. And I like that. I like that idea that the creature that would be a myconid is actually that network, and then they create these avatars of mushrooms to come out of the ground and go deeper.
Yeah, it'd be like a big mushroom forest or whatever.
Yeah. So that's something that I've always been kind of like, oh, I like the design because mushrooms look really cool, and there's a lot of really like crazy red and blues that just really pop in the mushroom kingdom.
And this is where Swamp Thing came from.
Yeah. Oh, wait, really? Is Swamp Thing a mushroom?
No, I mean Swamp Thing is a avatar of the green, which
Oh.
is a symbol of all plant life
Gotcha. Okay.
as
Yeah.
a single organism.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Now, another thing I always question about the
Back.
awakened spell when it came to plants is their life
Welcome back.
expectancy. Because for plants, they can live for a pretty long time as long as they have the nutrients, sunlight, and care. But you're pretty much taking this thing and you're forcing it into a humanoid form, to where now it has to walk around and it has to do things. So does it still have the life expectancy what you'll probably see a tree?
See, now I would argue
Or will
that's
it die
different.
fast?
I wouldn't say
Yeah.
that the Awakened spell turns it into a tree. I think that's kind of a personification that artists take to show that things are. Because like Rocket Raccoon, right? Rocket Raccoon is an alien. That's not the point. But if you wanted to make Rocket Raccoon in Pathfinder or D&D, it'd really just be a raccoon. Like the Awakened spell doesn't give it fully opposable thumbs. It doesn't give it like human vocal cords. It's still a raccoon. And so that's kind of the weird thing that I think people take it a little too far with the liberties of like, oh, I cast Awaken on this apple, and now I have a little apple folk running around. It's like, that's not what happened. That apple is now intelligent, and it's just sitting there. It's like, ah!
I mean, I think the other confusion with that is it
People keep
does
plant
also
raised,
say
yeah.
in the spell list that, well,
This
in
little
the
monster
in the
or
thing that the spell gives is any creature that you use the Awakened spell on, or any plant that you use the Awakened spell on, also has the ability to learn one language that you know. So I think that's where the confusion comes from, that creature knows how to speak that language.
Well, knowing
or
a language and
understand
speaking a
it.
language are two different things.
Correct.
And so I've argued this in the past. Like, just because you know the language, that means that people could talk to you and understand it. So like, hey, tree, I'm going to give you the Awaken spell, and I'm going to teach you Dwarvish so you can talk to the dwarves in this village that live next to you.
It's just like being able to read hieroglyphics and being able to speak the ancient Egyptian language. They are the same, but they are not the same.
So the tree still does not have like the vocal cords to talk, but it can understand people and like nod and like, I can do that. Thumbs up with a tree branch.
Right? It's the
Bench.
I am Groot.
I am Groot, yeah. So
Can I just appreciate the imagery of seeing a tree give a fuck to someone?
I suppose so. Kind of kills the flow of the conversation, but that's fine. You can definitely do that. Yeah, and so that's where I think the Awaken spell kind of gets a little overlooked, is that people give it too much credit for what it can do. It's still super powerful. Like, don't get me wrong, because it does basically bestow kind of fake levels to something that's normally a plant. But
So technically, my scorpion shouldn't have a common British accent then.
nope. Like I said, your DM lets you guys do some pretty crazy stuff. And if that's how you guys play it, like, play it that way. There's nothing wrong with that. But
I
rules
think
is written, that's
DM
not as intended, I guess. Because I think the real reason for the Awaken spell, and this is like a pristine thing, is that a whole bunch of deer are getting destroyed by goblins. So one of the druids awakens one of the deers and says, okay, I'm giving you enough intelligence to explain what these goblins are. Go protect your herd. And now they have this like pseudo deity type deer that is now protecting that herd of deer, right? Like that's kind of what it was for. And I think a lot of people use it more like summon creature. Like, that's really cool. I'm going to summon this giant tree oak, and now I have a giant tree monster. It's like, kind of. It's still just a tree.
I have never actually looked at the Awaken spell like that.
Yeah.
That's
And that's
actually a really cool concept.
Exactly.
Because I've just always looked at it as, oh, hey, look, there's a giant scorpion. I would love to ride on the back of a giant scorpion. Now I give it intelligence, now I can ride on it without it being angry at me.
Yeah. And I think that what you're doing is kind of the common, it's basically circumventing the handle animal skill. It's like, I'm going to make it intelligence and force it to work for me, which is kind of the evil slavery side of it, which is, I don't think a lot of druids should use it that way. They should be using it to embetter the creature, not to benefit themselves. And I think that might just be my take on druids, because I think druids should very much be, how can I improve nature, not how can I better my party with nature.
Look,
I guess it would depend on the druid.
Yeah, absolutely. It would depend on the druid.
Look, we already know that Goldtooth is not the sanest or the righteous of people.
Nope, absolutely not. Okay, so I think this is it. I think there's our gourd leashy riding the Riding the pumpkin dragon. I kind of want to put a little color in this one, just for continuity's sake here. This I think is probably the first dual suggestion I've mixed together, so that's kind of fun. Let's do that. Let's get this nice orange pumpkin.
I definitely gotta say, I definitely like the Drake design of the pumpkin dragon.
Get a little green going on, and we'll do something like, whoa, too saturated. There we go. That's better. Happy Halloween, everybody.
But yeah, pretty much our DM just gave me this. Well, he didn't give me it because, like I said, I won the. I did the pumpkin competition, had this thing, and now because it's awake, it goes off of the awakened tree stat. What I say is not a bad. It's not a bad thing. It's a challenge rated 3 creature that I'll probably never use.
Sure. Or you could let it be its own thing. And
Right.
All right, there we go. So that's that. Okay, let's move on. Did I miss anything?
Make it into a
Mr. Atlas,
character.
isn't it full? I would like to suggest a frost giant mixed with a the 100-handed one. Hectron.
I mean,
I
like I,
can't even
said,
read
I'll
that.
probably just release it in some
I dig
garden
it.
and just have it protect the garden as its own little hoard of treasure.
See, that's a good use. Like, that's a good protect this forest, and I'm gonna put gold in this forest. Like, I think that's a legit use for.
You see, I'm not all evil.
Well, I mean, you're being selfish, so it's still kind of evil, but it's less. It's a little more ambiguous. All right, what do we got? We got
I
Rugby.
think you're not wrong.
We got the pumpkin leshy. We are now on to the half-elf cowboy. This is gonna be pretty fun. I like the half-elf.
Yeah.
I hate drawing cowboy hats. Like for how many hats I own. I'm not good at it. It's not something I'm great at.
Did you see what I requested?
I did. I wrote it down. I think I said it out loud.
Oh, you didn't hear because everyone was speaking.
Okay.
I mean, at least my awakened creatures have more free will than.
Except they don't.
Block Prime change the cowboy hat.
It's awakened, so how does that play? Things in Artificers also get awakened, so how does that play? Do a bowler hat instead. Do a bowler. Oh, a bowler hat for the... Okay, I gotcha.
Are you gonna draw the elephant as well?
I'm not going to draw the elephant, yeah. Wait, Block Prime, is this yours? Because I can't switch it to a bowler hat if it's not your suggestion. Let's see. No, this is for fun good. So I will do the cowboy hat. I kind of want to do like a sombrero because I do like a good sombrero, but no, we'll do a good cowboy hat. Wow, wow, wow.
Also, Inferno, I'm not that cruel where I only give a creature a purpose of only passive butter.
I definitely remember someone spawning wolves just so they could die for the team.
No, those are rats. I spawned 12 rats.
That doesn't make it better, my dude.
That is objectively evil.
I've had a lot of friends play wizards that just summon fake creatures to set off traps, and it's like, I get what you're doing strategically, that makes sense. Super evil. It's like, they're just conjured beings. It's like,
and they are pissed at you.
Yeah.
And if
I
you
mean,
ever go
for a
into the
druid-
Feywild,
Actually, no, both of the spells work the same, because technically you're taking a spirit from the Fey world, and you're giving it a physical shape in the real world. So, I can definitely see one of those being extremely angry at you.
Yep, exactly.
yeah, you better hope that you're never going to be in the Feywild.
I have to ask why we're still arguing about. Why are you still arguing about whether or not he's evil?
No, I don't think that we're arguing.
No, Goldtooth. I just like why.
Oh no, I have already accepted that though I say I'm chaotic good, I still definitely have a lot of evil tendencies.
Yep.
Oh, you may consider yourself chaotic good, but you are not, as far as everybody else is concerned.
All right, I think this looks good. I'm gonna go like this.
I'm chaotic good in my own right, not in the eyes of others.
Correct. For everybody else, you're true evil. And they've accepted that, and that's fine.
Okay, what was this supposed to be? A ranger? Half elf.
Yeah.
I think it's just a half elf cowboy, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, ranger. Okay. Does this? I wonder if should we do? Make it a tiefling in the Italian mafia. Why do people want me to draw polar hats today? I'll write it down. Tiefling mafia.
I mean, it could be a cowboy with a fedora. Why's it got to be a big floppy hat?
Giant banshee creeping over the mountains to release a scream emitting.
No, I got a question for all of you.
Banshee.
What is a spell
Banshee.
in D&D you have never used, but you would love to use in a campaign?
I don't know. Okay, that is a lot. What time is it? It's 10:40. I got an hour to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's probably where we're gonna stop it after the banshee. Druid's not here to fill in my the backlog.
Sorry. Here, I'll jump in.
No, you don't have to. I can definitely do it. I'm definitely not overworked. Yeah. It's gonna be good. I think I gotta call it there so people don't get missed out on. Sure, that's a sentence. Oh man, what would an elven duster look like? Elvish duster? And Goldtooth, to answer your question, what spell have I never used that I want to? Black Tentacle?
Would kind of depend,
Yeah.
I would think, on the elven race itself. Well, I mean the subrace, whether it's a woodland elf or
That's a good
even
point.
a city dweller elf.
I guess it's
or...
a half elf, right? So like it could just be a normal duster. It wouldn't have to be an elven duster.
Yeah.
I mean, a spell in particular I would love to cast, but I would probably never get to, is, I believe the spell was called Druid Fortress. Pretty much it allows you to make a 20 by 20 square fortress made out of trees, bark, and everything else, and it just acts like a fortress. It just protects the area while you can rest and sleep for 8 hours.
Sounds like the mansion and some other stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good spell. I don't know what else I want to do with this. I think this is just a little cowboy sketch.
Yeah, I would think if it's a half elf, probably wouldn't be using any synthetic style clothing.
Just straight up leather.
Either leather from a already dead animal, or maybe something with the leaves or something.
Ooh, I like that. You know what? I'm gonna switch this. I'm gonna switch this to like a big duster with the mantle, and then put some leaves on it. Like maybe do
like a ghillie mantle.
Yeah, something like that. That actually sounds pretty cool. I like that. So we'll just give this some leaves here. We'll put like a big
Barely know the spell list.
big little leaf here. Oh, we got a wild Sierra.
Oh, and I finally found some, one of my more crazier ideas that I wanted to do in the past, but I've pretty much given up on.
We have a lot of plant-based stuff today, which is kind of cool. What's your crazy idea?
So, I don't know if I have told you this, but originally when I was first playing my druid character, and we had at least another spellcaster during the time,
Meat and potatoes. Meat and potatoes.
We wanted to capture a T-Rex, cast Stone Skin on it, cast Haste, and give it Breath Weapon.
Okay.
Turn this thing into a.
I have done
I
this
don't know
with
I don't know what-
I've done this with a dinosaur druid. So you have your druid turn into a T-Rex, and then you cast haste on them and give them the what's it called? Firebelly? Firebelly spell, I think is what it's called.
I thought it was called Breath Weapon.
In Pathfinder, it's called Firebelly, and for like anybody, you cast it on anybody, and then for the next like 5 turns, they can expend their action to just breathe fire. I think is how it works. I'd have to double check that, but I did something similar, except we cast Enlarge on it and then cast Haste on it.
But yeah, we always
So we
just
just had
had
a
this
giant
crazy idea that we
speed
wanted
T-Rex.
to do this to a T-Rex. And I guess that
All right,
in
there we go.
itself is a very evil action.
Well, that's why I would turn. See, I would have just gone with the druid that turns into dinosaurs, versus kidnapping a T-Rex. But that's me. That's what Rook would do.
Well, unlike Pathfinder in 5th edition, the only creature that can get close, the only class that can get close
There's
to
the
change it
cowboy.
into a T-Rex would be the Moon Druid. But even then, a Moon Druid can't turn into a T-Rex. The only way you can do that is if you use the Polymorph spell.
Yeah, you could. Can you polymorph someone into a T-Rex? Wouldn't they have to already be a large-sized creature, or can you polymorph someone into a creature larger size? Yeah, no, you could do that. I could see that working.
The only other issue with that, though, is the Polymorph spell does specifically say that the creature will act like what it's supposed to be. So, if you polymorph somebody into a T-Rex, they're gonna act like a T-Rex.
Yep. All right, Harvest Goddess. This is gonna be awesome. Is that what you're doing, Sierra?
I was gonna do the Tiefling Mafia.
The Mafia. Cool. Okay. Sierra's gonna work on the Mafia Tiefling. Mafioso? I don't remember what that was. I will draw the Harvest
That's
Goddess.
why I never really understood the Pixie / polymorph the whole party in T-Rex combo, because it's like, realistically, if you turned everybody into a T-Rex, it would all try to murder each other, because T-Rexes are very territorial. and they
Not
feast
necessarily.
everything.
The way I've always played it with polymorph, you could play it that way. You absolutely could. The way I've always played with polymorph is basically you have to role play it to where you would be doing your best to act like a T-Rex, but you still retain your motives. So you're a giant T-Rex now. Your party members are still your party members. You know your goal was to, kill that bad guy. But everything you choose to do should be the way a T-Rex would do it. So, like, people that are like, okay, so now that I'm a T-Rex, I'm going to go ahead and start picking up these and doing this. Like, no. You want to eat that guy. Like, go eat that guy. Right? That's how I always interpreted that, is that your intent is the same. And you understand, like, oh, I shouldn't bite my friend's head off. But would you as a T-Rex, if you see one of your friends get down, decide, you know what I should do? I should go cast... I should go stabilize them. I think you would just get really pissed off and keep attacking. Like, that's the difference. Is like, what kind of rational decisions would you make?
Okay, I can definitely see that, because this is like, you're not playing a druid that has wild shape that can still cast spells while in wild shape, or do things in wild shape.
And that's the benefit of the druid.
Rook, they can hear us.
Oh, really? How? Talk.
Oh, it's probably because you had it.
Well, there we go. How's that? Is that better? I hear people. Well, thank you, Corvus, for telling us that. There we go. That should have fixed it. Been able to hear you all stream. I assumed it was supposed to be like that. Well, womp womp. If anybody that's in the Discord chat that was talking doesn't want to be heard, let me know, and I will kill the sound on this episode after the episode. Yep, everybody knows now. Everybody knows about Goldtooth's. Now it's canon. Yep, Goldtooth's evilness is canon. Okay, I want, since this is going to be I want this to have like nice horns here. I'm really bad at drawing elk horns for some reason. Like, even with reference, there's something about the way they bend that just always throws me off. Like, I want them to fork a specific way, and they just don't. They just do their own thing. Okay, then we're going to go like this, and then this is how I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a few different strands. That's going to be, actually I'm going to delete that one because I think that should be fine. Alright, the harvest goddess here. It's just going to be so much hair. So much hair. And then we'll have like this. Do the hand here, the arm there. Whip. The hand kind of coming through the hair on this side. I like how everybody got really quiet after I muted the Discord, and the whole Discord's like, we gotta be quiet. Did I miss my gourd leashy? You did, Corvus. I did it in tandem with a big pumpkin dinosaur. So if you want to go back and watch that, you're more than welcome to. Or you can check it out later. But it is done. I think it was pretty good. I think those are great references you posted, so. Technically they are, but something about the wizards that I think is interesting is like if you choose a wizard that is has like a bloodline, you're basically a sorcerer at that point, but you're like a well-studied sorcerer. So in Pathfinder, you can there are a bunch of different bloodlines. Like, it's just one of the options is the bloodline. That's kind of where the draconic bloodline comes from specifically, I think. But yeah, like, and so that's kind of the same thing. Like, you're gaining power from dragons if you're the draconic bloodline, and that once again kind of makes you a sorcerer more than a wizard. And a lot of times wizards that are getting their powers from books, you could make an argument that like the wizards before them are giving them that knowledge, and it's like it's all semantics, because really all classes are the same. It's just a matter of what you're doing with them. So yep. All clerics are warlocks, paladins are warlocks. It's all semantic. It's just a matter of really what it is truncation for gamification is all it really is. And there have been a lot of really cool game companies out there that have tried to remove that by saying, you start as a level 1 character and then you start picking things that build a unique class. And that's like, what was it? Path of Exile does a really good job of that. Basically, you start building a direction and you just slowly become a class, but you can always go the other directions as well. Dark Souls, yep, same thing. It's completely based on a lot of stuff. And for every warlock that decides, like, I don't really care about my patron and I don't want the patron to be a pivotal role in the in the narrative, you're playing a cleric. Like, you just are. You're just playing a cleric. Or a cleric that doesn't have, like, they just don't pay attention to their deity and they do whatever the hell they want, then you're just a warlock that's doing the same thing. Like, there's you could make an argument for all of it, and I think it's fine. I think it's totally cool to do that. But so there is, you just asked, like, do clerics lose their powers? Yes. And monks lose their powers if they don't do their exercises in the morning. The thing a lot of people don't realize and look at is when you do a full rest, usually there's something tied to the character that says, like, oh, you have to prepare your spells by taking an hour every morning and communing with your deity, or by communing with nature, or by physically exerting yourself in a way that perpetuates your martial status or your martial arts, right? Like, all of those things are listed in the book, and people just gloss over it because it's like, I take my full rest and I do that. I prepare my spells. Like, because that's not super fun, but that's really where all that power comes from. And yeah, it's one of those things that it's not fun to have everybody, like, role play their morning exercises. Yep. But you could play it that way. You could play it that the class doesn't really matter. And I actually, that's one of the reasons whenever I start with new people, I have them play level 0 characters. And I'm like, if you have an idea of what you want to do, just do that. And we'll play with it. And then as I get you to level 1, you know, I was going to be a barbarian, but whoops. Yeah, you just exploded. They wanted to play a barbarian, but then they started doing all these other, like, combat maneuvers. And I'm like, I think you should take a level in fighter, because that mechanically fits what you want better than what you thematically thought you were taking. You could definitely have been like, oh, I came from this mountain tribe, but it's like, as you're progressing, you're really good at grapple combat, and you're now classified as a fighter. Same thing, like, I am a warlock. Like, this demon told me to go and do these things, but then all of a sudden, like, you spend your time trying to help the party, and you're, like, buffing people. It's like, you're a cleric. Like, just take the cleric spell list and play it like you would a warlock. You don't get all the, like, super powered cantrips, but you kind of do. Like, it's all flavorfully twisted. Like, you can do all those things. So pull the philosopher ideal instead of a god. Yeah. Yeah, just have to make an argument for it, and I think that's fine. But most of the classes have a means to do that. Excuse me. Like the Eldritch Knight is basically, you know, I want to be a fighter who has magic that is actually a wizard, and then, like, oh, I'm a cleric, but I'm a trickster cleric because really I wanted to be a warlock. Or I'm what's the other good one? Like the sword mage. It's like, we get it. Like, just like, you wanted to be one thing, but you wanted the components of the other. Like, that's totally fine. Like, do those things. Yep. What kind of face should this have? Should I just put the pumpkin face on? I think I like the mask idea too. The bountiful mask. How would I do that? Let's do something like this. It doesn't give you any abilities. It just, like, you have to act like Jim Carrey for the rest of the session. No. Are we talking SNL Jim Carrey, or are we talking the Grinch? That arm would not be there. No, mine. That's like, look how long that that shoulder is. That is not. Oh, where's that hand? Did I start drawing on a different layer? When did that? What? No, there's no other layer. Oh yeah, Aggie exploded, didn't it? Okay, so where? Oh yeah, it's up here. Look at that. Look at that. It made a new layer for me. I'm gonna merge those down. No, Aggie reset and it put me on a new layer without me realizing it. So I'm gonna just merge those down. Oh, because I don't own that layer anymore. That's what's happening. Double click. Double click. Double click. Double click. You got this. You can do this. Own layer. There we go. Merge down layer. Boom. Okay, we're back. We're back at it. Here we go. Let's put that arm up somewhere where an arm would exist. Maybe like right there. Ah! Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I've had weirder things happen, to be totally honest. Get out of here. Yeah, everything Kevin does is pretty weird. What was the last thing that happened? Oh, man. No, we don't need to talk about my deities. That was fine. Put birds and squirrels in the antlers. I like that idea. I'm going to put a little fat bird right here. I'm going to put a little owl. Boop. What happened? Oh. It's a hassle using YouTube or Discord. Yeah, that's a bummer. Like I do like the problem is if I have people on Discord, it opens up the possibility that people just jump in and troll. Yeah. And I have had people just come in and scream and yell, and it's like, you know what, we don't need that. So this puts up a barrier between that. You're very welcome to come listen to the Discord. If you do want to come and troll in the Discord, I can mute you, and that'll happen. So, do whatever, but just be aware. That's why I do that, because it is just a way of me protecting the YouTubers, the lovelies from. Dan and Aaron are just like, hey, you can't say lovelies. That's our stuff. And I would be like, thank you. You guys are so cool. Thanks for talking to me. Like, we're suing your ass. It's like, that's great. You guys want to get lunch? That's cool. Let's go do that. Dan and Aaron, if you guys want to come and draw with us, if you want to come draw with us today. Is that Annie and Arnold? Is that what it is? For the... Oh. Gotcha. I just saw the Game Garu commercials that they're putting up for the shirts. I thought those were pretty funny. I think is it Danielle? Danielle and what are their Game Garu names? I can't remember. That would be great. Ninja Brian, you're also welcome. I shouldn't have excluded you. But definitely come hang out. Draw with us sometime. Brian Wecht. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you next time. Yeah, man. Yeah, we should have some more this week. We should have some more next week. So it should be pretty good. Pretty good. But yeah, Black Prime, sorry about that. I gotta keep them separate. I have been having more of an open mic on Twitch because I'm not monetized with that, and I can kind of get away if people get saucy. But yeah, Among Us is definitely a Twitch thing. We'll leave that for Twitch. Might try to stream some later. I think we're going to try to get the Tandem Gamers back up, but I really want to make sure that it actually is Tandem Gaming and not just me hanging out. Maybe. I think we're about done with this one. I think that's where we're going to end that one. Just because I've spent a little bit too much time on it. Wolf Ranger. Give it a couple cornucopias. Actually would have been pretty good too. Okay, Let's do the Wolf Ranger. Is there is Kitsune? Yeah, we could do. You don't have to apologize for drawing people's stuff. We're sorry. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, is it a Furbolg Ranger? That's right. Okay. Goodbye, Fox person. I do like me a good Furbolg. Yeah. Just do like a big beard. Big Viking helmet. And then he's got a bow. Pew, pew, pew. That's how Furbolgs do. I like how his beard like goes way down below his... That doesn't look right. We're going to erase that. Actually, I have a cool idea for this. I do have a cool idea for this. I'm going to do a 5e Furbolg. If I can remember how cow noses look. Ooh, ooh. My posture just got terrible. But where do I put it? That's the question. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the body going back. So we get that like looky over shoulder thing that Rangers do all the time. There we go. A nice little shoulder pad. Nice quiver right here. Ooh. Spoilers. No, that's fine. Thinking about releasing... I wanted to do like a Halloween-themed bottomless bag, but I don't know if it's too late. Like, it's not Halloween yet. I got 3 days, right? Is that not enough lead time for a Halloween-themed bottomless bag? I don't think people will use it for their... Maybe I'll grab the audience of like, crap, I have a Halloween one-shot to do today, and I need items to give people. Oh. That's true. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna actually cut this short. I've had a few people talk about that. Like, if I put a gelatinous cube in a bag, actually, it might have been Goldtooth. If you put a gelatinous cube in a bag, can you just shove people in it and kill them? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a thing you can do. It's just, trying to get someone in a bag. Mm-hmm. More like a Feywild barbarian. Ranger barbarian. I like that. Doesn't use a bow. Nice. Well, you know what? Shut up. That's totally fine. I'm going to give him a big sword. I actually like a good ranger that doesn't use a bow, just because I think it's fun. But yeah. The gelatinous cube in a bag, I think, is really fun. Partially because, one, every time you stick your arm in the bag, there's a chance you might be grabbing a gelatinous cube, which I think is funny. The other thing is, eventually it's going to fill all the space in the bag. So, and then as you try to feed things to it, there's two things you have to look at. Sorry, let's backtrack a little bit. One, if it is allowed to eat things in the bag, that means that it contains the space as them. So when you're reaching in the bag and you want to summon something out of it, does the bag give it to you, or are you sticking your hand in the space around the object and grabbing it? And those two things have to be defined, because then once it fills the bag, there is no space to put your hand in without getting attached and possibly pulled in. And two, if you throw something in the bag and there's not enough space, you then have 30 cubic feet of cube that just comes and kills the party. So lots of fun things to think about. Definitely a funny trick to try out. But I like that kind of stuff. I've also had a few people, we've had issues with like intelligent bags of holding that really hate the party and decide to like vomit all the treasure out during a boss fight. That was really good. That was another Kevin the Necromancer situation. Okay, we're gonna do this. And then what I wanted to do, I don't know why this was the thing that I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna be super dope, is I'm gonna give him tattoos on the side of his head. And then for some reason, I want him to have like glowy eyes. I think I'm thinking of what's that game that you wanted me to play, Sierra? Hades? There's a lot of games. Yeah. Oh, I discovered that I own Dead by Daylight. We should try that out. That could be fun. That might be what we tandem game. Would people prefer that we stream on Twitch or on YouTube for Tandem Gamers? Because it is a different channel. I still think Twitch should be like my Rookzer0 shenanigans. But like the Tandem Gamer stuff is just a completely different thing. So I don't know if I should be... Like if you want to support Tandem Gamers, great. We haven't posted anything in a long time. But I don't know if that's something we should be focusing on YouTube or Twitch. Like, is it cool to just do completely separate things? I don't know. But yeah, Hades. I'm focusing on Hades here. For some reason, I think that would be pretty cool for a ranger. Probably because he has a bow, but now he doesn't have a bow. I'm gonna give him a legit long greatsword. They call me Steve of the Forest. Oh, why's that? Because I kill people with trees. John Crusherfist. Jackson Calamity. So he's a Feywild guide. That's pretty awesome. Black Prime, I want to see one of your D&D games where it's just like all of these characters that you suggest for us to draw popping up. Here's what they look like. Here's what they look like. Sponsored by Rookzer0. I don't know if I did that quite right. I think that's how I want to do that. I think I might have put the eyes a little far away, but that's okay. We'll go with it for now. I think that's pretty good. I think I'm going to stop there. I'm going to make his hair a little darker. And we'll call it. If people do use my art for their campaigns, please let me know. I'd like to see that. That'd be pretty awesome. If people want to use their thing from character art, I'm fine with that. Because that's cool. Like, I want to see your character sheets with my stuff on it. That'd be awesome. As long as it's for a home game. Like, I don't care. Do it. I know the Patreons. I make the tokens for the Patreon so they can play on Roll20. Oh, and by the way, for Patreon members, I did rebuild all of the tokens into I think it's called small token package. And so the tokens are quite a bit smaller, so they run a little smoother. They're not the high-res version. But those are all still available as well. And you can scale those down if you like yourself. My pixels are gone. My pixels are burning. Okay, I'm going to give him a little bit of shoulder fluff just because. I think that's it. I think that's cool. Maybe you give him a little goatee. Why not? Give him like a long, wavy goatee. That's weird. I don't like that. Now he looks like a goat. Maybe a beard? Should we give him a beard? That looks good. Okay, I like that. But, I quite like a Displacer Beast injury on him. Chomp, 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 chomp. Chomp, 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 chomp. Should we give him like a, should we give him a weird like ponytail thing? That might actually be kind of cool. Oh, I should have braided it, you're right. Give him a long braid. Let's give him scratches. I think scratches are going to look better than the bite. There we go. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I like that. I like that. Dude, that's a cool one. All right. Where are we at? Pumpkin King. Ah, I want to do that, but we kind of already did it. Let's do it again. What do we got? It is 11:20. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. I think we're good. I think we have enough. I think we have enough time. Pumpkin Queen. It's just a big pumpkin on like. For some reason, my mind just instantly went to like Betty Boop. Probably because I drew a pumpkin and Betty Boop's head looks like a pumpkin. I kind of want to draw Jack Skeleton. Say that again. Like the Headless Horseman style? Yeah, we could do that. I like that idea. I'm going to be drawing pumpkins all day. Now I want to make pumpkin soup. I should go do that. That is a lie? No, I'm just no, squash pasta is pretty good. I'm gonna give him like a floaty crown just because I'm lazy. Look, it's the Pumpkin King. We'll get like, we'll do some flames, like licking up out of the coat. I ain't got no neck. That's what he says. That's what he says. He shows up and you're like, oh no, and he's like, I ain't got no neck, and then he chases you on his horse. There's a card in Magic the Gathering called Diabolical Tutor. And it's super funny. And you can look it up if you want to, but all I'm going to say is, I ain't got no lips. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say to you. And now you're in on my 10-year-old inside joke. And you're all complicit. I ain't got no lips. Give him some... give him the Skeleton King shoulders from Diablo 3, because those are in my head for some reason. Tis I, the Pumpkin King. It's too late. I would change the Frost Giant to a female giant with classical Spartan armor and has a holding spear, shield. Since that's the avatar of war, what's the business of my campaign? That's complicated. One sentence. I might not. I don't think I have enough time to do something quite that. The 100-handed thing was going to be a little much, anyways. But there's a few cool designs we can do with that. We can make it a lady. We can make it a lady. I don't know why I said it like that. I got Aaron Hansen on the brain. Got all the Aaron's voices stuck in my head. Game Grumps, come hang out with us. I know you're like super busy and popular, but you know, whatever. That would be weird, actually, but kind of interesting to like invite someone onto your channel to like watch their videos. Oh, I'm sure. Hey, Gordon Ramsay, you want to come to my house and watch Gordon Ramsay videos with me? Game Grumps react to their own videos. I guess they've done that, but like, not. Yeah. I don't, man. Just really go down that rabbit hole and just let everything kind of wash over you. I did the lighting backwards on this pumpkin. I just now realized. It's a dark fire. Yeah. That's something that I used to make fun of that with 3D Studio Max. I don't know if you can still do it. I think you can. But before photometric lighting became like the standard issue, you could do raycast lighting. And you could put negative light in a scene. So you could put a light bulb that is just negative intensity and just suck all the light out of that spot. It's kind of a cool effect, but it didn't like it. Like, it's not physically accurate. But it's kind of an interesting thing you could do. Is it tea? Ooh, 1 second. All right. Moving on. Let's see here. I think that's about all we're gonna get for the Pumpkin King here. Which I actually kind of like this. It's a pretty cool design. I'm gonna put some solid black in here just to make it like really pop though. Except that shouldn't have been like that. I'm gonna leave that. This is gonna be totally black. And then we'll put totally black over here because that's behind the flame. We'll leave a little bit of light there. Do something like that. We'll hit this stuff really dark. We'll just do some of this and then we'll make like the top half of this pumpkin super, super dark. Maybe the eye should be really black because like there's no light in the pumpkin. It's just a fire underneath the pumpkin. Maybe he's got a little... Maybe the inside of the pumpkin's boiling, so he's got a little steam shooting out. Toot, toot. There we go. Yeah, you burn off a pumpkin, and that's how you get... that's how you get Pumpkin Soup King. Alright, I think that looks pretty dope. I'm pretty happy with that one. Let's give this a little more shading right here. And then we'll color that in right there. Chester's technically a warlock because she is in the circle of a god. She's a, I believe, archfey. Spoilers! Halloween is a state of mind, not just a day on the calendar. That's totally fair. It's totally fair. All right. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's a good one. That was a good one. Abyssal Monster. That is super vague, and I'm okay with it. I am totally okay with it. We're going to go like this. We're going to go like this. We're going to go like this. Maybe this will be another good. I think Aggie is slowly breaking down. Can't handle everything that's going on. It's just like getting lots of tearing, which is fine. It's been alive too long. I'm gonna go like this. This one I think is gonna be a lot of dark shades, which I'm gonna do a lot of eyeballs here in Julia style. Lots of eyeballs. We'll do some weird like tentacle hair. Gotta make scary noises while you sketch. Oops. Da 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 da. Might just make this like almost a blob. I think I'm gonna try to keep this. Try to use the lines. I could go like Danny Elfman style and just go really scratchy. Or Tim Burton. I don't know why I said Danny. Well, I know why I said Danny Elfman, but that's not what I meant. Danny Elfman, if you want to come draw with us sometime. I am a composer. That's fine. Yeah, I think we're going to go. What are you drawing today? I think I'm just going to drag my pen all over the page in as scratchy a form as possible. Yeah, it's a damn good art style. It looks great. I have no complaints for anything Tim Burton has done. So good. Let's get this side of the bug. Oh, interesting. On like the black matte paper that already has the ink on it, or? Oh. That sounds pretty awesome. That's like hardcore. Like, oh, you draw with a pen, huh? Yeah, I use an ice pick. Like, there's no do-overs. That could be good though. That could be good if you need to get to a point where you're. Yep. Doing a little Venom vibe going on here. That's all right. Don't know how much more of the body I'm gonna do though. I think I'm just gonna do. Yeah. Have it be I'm buying a ceiling fan. That's no good. Don't fix a ceiling fan with baling wire. That sounds like disaster waiting to happen. Welcome to my home. Whack! Ah, what the hell? Yeah, I think we're just gonna fill this in. We're just gonna let this be dark and terrifying. I think we're gonna. Sarah, you're going to town over there. No, I do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Let's do that. Let's do that. Having a lot of fun just like scribbling here. I want more darkness in these horns. More darkness. The body is going to be, yeah, like that. And we're going to grab some red. And now we're really going to go in here and like make these eyes something creepy. Maybe we'll even put a couple over here. Just like down the neck. Yeah. You don't know, you weren't there. I want to try this one time, and I doubt I'll do it anytime soon, but I think it would be interesting to do kind of a horror campaign, and like halfway through the campaign just add a character to the party. Like, what are you talking about? No, he's been there the whole time. It's like, no, they have not. Like, yeah. Yeah.
That's just a false Hydra campaign, isn't it?
Oh, I guess so, yeah. I mean, the false Hydra campaign is kind of just is just a mindfuck. That's all it is. So.
I mean, I've heard of a lot of them being good.
Yeah, but yes, it is. That's fine. I think John Dies at the End did it better, but that's fine. It's just, I mean, the false Hydra is just a creepypasta, and I think it's a cool idea, and it's definitely something you could do. So, but I guess I don't find it all that terrifying, to be totally honest. And I have a very good suspicion that if you just threw someone into the party, they would be killed almost instantly. But it would be fun to try to do that. I think it would be interesting. Yeah.
I think that would make people angry, though.
Sure. That's why I think it's not something that I would have. I don't think I could do it with any of the campaigns I'm currently running. It'd have to be something set up specifically for like a, I guess a false Hydra campaign. But it could be a lot of fun. I think it could be a lot of fun in the right situation. Or just like switch somebody's spell book. Right in the middle. You cast Fireball. It's like, you don't know Fireball. What do you mean I don't know Fireball? Well, you're a druid. It's like, oh no. Really... Oh no. That does break my like cardinal rule of not taking away player autonomy, so it would have to be very specifically like, we're gonna play a Lovecraft campaign. I've like body switched some players. That's kind of fun sometimes. Yeah. Oh God. So good. Okay, there's my abyssal monster. I'm pretty happy with that. That's kind of cool. Let's get some more. No, that's good. I think that's good. I'm gonna put 2 more eyes right here, and then I think I'm done. Okay, yeah, that's good. Where are we at? Frost Giant, which is supposed to be a lady giant, I guess. Tiefling, Mafia. You're working on that one, and then a Banshee. That's what we got left. Damn. Sierra, my hand's been covering like that side of the screen this whole time. And I just now realized that your tiefling is covered in blood. So, instantly demonetized. It's wine. It's definitely wine. Definitely wine. Oh, no. That's not the color I want. Since I'm doing a frost giant, I might do like a really, really desaturated blue. Man, what you're talking about, I feel like it's a Magic the Gathering card. What's the Magic the Gathering deity that has all the arms? Yeah, there's one specifically that I think sounds pretty. It's not Helios. Helios is the dude with the spear. I want to say she's red-green. But that's Gruul, and Gruul's a big, furry dude.
That seems very blue-green to me.
It might be blue-green. Pretty sure there's a magic card with multiple arms. Do like the helmet. What's up? Just put spools of barbed wire and then take your chances. I don't know what that would. Oh, okay. I think they can. That's a Magic the Gathering race, though, right? I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I might just have to look up the... Might have to get on Magic the Gathering later and look this up. Because I feel like there's some pretty dope... pretty dope Magic the Gathering cards that sound right up what you're looking for. You might just want to use that for your campaign. Ooh, no, that's an Eldrazi. Also scary, though. Hold on a second. Nope, 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 nope. Her? Is that it? That doesn't seem right. Oh, I was wrong. This is what I was thinking about. She doesn't have multiple arms. She just has weird shoulder pads. It looks like she is. Yeah. That's the card I was thinking of, which is green. Red green. Cloths. Lord of Giant shoulder pads. I want this to have like a huge helmet. I think you said Spartan helmet. Which we can do something like this. Yeah, the giant hero forge bear. Hero Forge is getting weird. Let's have the hair just like. shooting out here. My pen got way too big there. Need to rein it in. Rein in the size of that pen. I don't know the Spartan. Yeah, they had the comb. That's fine. We'll do that. I want the hair to do this and this. And now we're gonna have to get weird with all the arms. Probably do. I kind of like that drapey look, so we might just do like lots of cloth kind of hanging here. Aristocrat. Yeah, Willy Wonka is like halfway between an artificer and a warlock, because I'm pretty sure there's some devil magic going on there. Yeah. Did you ever see Snowpiercer? Say that again. Oh. There was a YouTuber out there that made a pretty good argument that Snowpiercer is the spiritual successor of Willy Wonka. That the main character at the end of the movie decides to make a train because you know that the world is going to crap, and that all the people are just characters from that movie. Oh, I see what's going on here. Someone tricked me into drawing 6 sets of hands or 3 sets of hands. It makes a lot of scary sense, and I would bet that the author did it intentionally. Yeah. Which I think that's actually pretty cool. Like, I like that idea that an author can take an idea like, hey, you know, we should remake Willy Wonka, but just messed up. And like they did it. They did not steal Willy Wonka, right? Like they didn't do it in a way that is, yeah. And I think that's a good way. Like that's a good example of like using great pop culture reference to make something new and exciting. Mind you, I think Snowpiercer is terrible. It's not terrible. It's not a bad movie. I just don't want to watch it. Like I'm not into that kind of torture porn-ish type of thing. It's a lot of just like, can we watch people be just really, really shitty? And it's like, I don't want that at all. It's just too much. What if the world got so bad that everything sucked? It's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna go watch something a little more lighthearted. I say as I like Dark Souls, which is kind of in the same like ultimate despair genre. I think. Who did ask for the tiefling? Let's take a look. That wrist is terrible. Oh, that's the other guy. Thank you, Corvus. That's the other dude I was thinking about. Not a lady, though. Dee Dee did. Dee Dee Sierra did the tiefling mafioso for you. I think that's the right word. Someone who is mafia. Looks pretty good. Actually, looks really good. I like that a lot. Get some like big old ears on here. And then, do we have anything left? I think that I have to draw a banshee after this, and I think we're done. So we're just about right on time, which is good. I'm gonna fix this wrist because it's bad. Jeez, that's a lot of arms. That is a lot of arms. Oh yeah, that's right. I know exactly what you're talking about now. Where's that from? Where's that? Is that like that's actual mythos? That's awesome. Well, you got 6 arms. I don't think I'm gonna call it there because that's about all the time I got here. Yeah. 6-armed. Spartan lady frost giant. How can I make this more frost giant-y? Put a thermometer over here. Show that's very cold. -20. Done. All right. No, you're good. No, you can leave it. I'm gonna do the banshee real quick because the banshee sounds pretty awesome. And I think we're gonna call it today. I'm gonna try to do this one very shapely. I want the head to be like very triangular and kind of long. Can you have a fire banshee? That sounds awesome. Just remembered I have a sandwich in the fridge and I'm super excited for it. Let's do that. I like that. I like where this is going. I don't know. I feel like we could just leave that. We'll do this. That's super cool. I like that one. Corvus, that's a really good. That's a really good reference. Well, now I feel like I gotta try harder. Because you sent me a really good reference. That's super good. So let's go ahead and let's actually make this somewhat more corporeal. Get some really good. If that's the hand, we could do that. Like this kind of like disjointed arm thing we got going on down here, where it's just kind of like off to the side. Oh, those are super great. Get some split cloth over here. Go really jaggedy on the hands here. Do that. Do the thumb. Ooh, that's bad. That's a bad one. I'm just gonna cross over the lines here a little bit, just so we can get some more space. I'm gonna fill the hands in. really dark. Get her. That was your plan? Get her? I love that movie. I gotta watch Ghostbusters tonight. It's not really a Halloween movie, but I don't care. I don't really use. Yeah. I feel like the shredded mouth is a little too much. I feel like it's losing a lot of its. Man, that lady in the the library, like when I was a little kid, was terrifying. Like, it's such a good practical effect. Look at those sharp teeth. It's a very angry banshee. Do very sharp. Yeah, let's do very sharp. I like that. Back here, shoulder. Nah. Meh. 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 I'm gonna erase this arm. I like the sloped. Whoops. Kind of like the head is always extended to its full peak, and the arms just kind of like a fall off of it. And go like that. I almost want the face to be longer, though. Maybe it's because I have the hair going up. Maybe that's why it looks funny. Yeah, that's better. Needs to be more like whippy and stuff down here. It almost looks more vampire-ish now, though, but that's okay. I think that's fine. Then we'll do another really dark, kind of figureless hand. Just see the claws. Aggie is just breaking. just can't take it anymore. I think that's probably a good place to stop when Aggie starts falling apart. So we'll... Oh, really? Well, it's not doing too bad, but it's definitely not happy. Definitely not happy. Could be because I have so much like half transparencies all over the place. But I think that's about it. Let's do a little more shading up here. All right. Boom. Bing, bang, boom. We did a lot of drawings today. That was awesome. Great job, everybody. That was a lot of fun. And we ended right at noon. Woo! The Amazon order says special instructions to get you to sing a song. I don't know if you need to make the Amazon people's jobs harder. Like maybe special instructions. You should write like, love yourself a little bit today, or go have a pizza. Just put a special instructions and give them like a code for some like $2 Steam game. Like, have fun playing Super Meat Boy. I think that's where we're gonna end it today, though. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Tomorrow will be Thursday. I don't know if I'm gonna color that commission tomorrow on stream. I might try to do some of that today. Tomorrow might be a free experimental day again on Twitch. Maybe we'll play some games. I'm not sure. We'll figure something out. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah. sell all the things. I'm going to try to get more of the stickers up on the store today. That's Rookzer0.com if you want to check that out. I'm going to try to be getting those updated so I can get those mailed out if people order those here in the next day or two. The Patreon rewards already went out this month, so if you've gotten those, let me know. If you haven't gotten those, let me know. And other than that, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Thanks for all the great suggestions. Stay happy, stay healthy, and keep your dice on the table. We will see you next time. Title card.